brothers and sisters, my generals, if you alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day, another year, another decade. Because we generals out here, we have elevated to a better place in our lives. And there's many great brothers and sisters out there as well as in our families. And I honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard, who were generals to get a lot of us in the place and the state that we are in. And that is success, state of mind, body, and soul. It's wonderful when you get to this space. But of course, it takes work. It don't just happen, It different paths, different lives, different families, different ways of being raised. But at the end of the day, as I say from time to time, when you're righteous, when you're a righteous tree, and we're all reaching that same goal and on this mission, every part of a righteous tree matters. So be thankful if you're in a success state of mind. If you're healthy and able, always got to throw that in there, because everybody's life is different. Always throw different things into consideration. But we're not going to be too deep today. And I got to place that gold over our families, though. May all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold, and those that may be struggling, that are able and are looking to do better. May that great divine come in your life, protect you and your circle, and bring you to a space where you can see, because once we can see, man, sky, there is no limit. Universe there's no limit. You can never have too much good energy. Have as much as we can, especially in these times. But I know I made a podcast yesterday, and I was talking about parasitic profiles, and we have to watch things like that, but can't forget to have fun. So we're going to embrace family, fun, and comedy. And don't forget to have fun, my reachers and teachers out there, those that are really putting out that good energy and mean well to the pit of your soul. A lot of us, those that may be in comments and chat rooms, I'm talking about the righteous generals, let's not forget to have fun, brother or sister, young or old, embrace family, fun, and comedy. And I love comedy. I have favorite comedians I like to listen to. I love impressionists, people who do great impressions. And like I say, when you get real in this life, and I'm not just talking about speaking on podcasts, I'm talking about a life in general. Because when you are just real from the pit of the soul, it will come out in whatever space you're in, whether you're in the world, on the job, wherever you are, you'll bring that realness with you. And you also carry it when we speak or we influence. It's very important to get to the bottom of that soul and really work things out, because you feel better, and sift through all the things we don't need in our system. And what do I always say? Mind, body, and soul. See, hear, and feel, and the psyche. 7 senses. You can never go wrong when you keep those things on point. But don't forget to have fun. Let's not be, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do, just advice, because I have to check oneself too. This is for me too. We've got to learn to have fun, spend time with our family, do things to make us laugh, and just embrace family, fun, and comedy. Now, I might name some names of some comedians I like, because I always have this in my soul. When you're a deep thinker, and there's a lot of us out here like this, brother, sister, in our family, young or old, those who seek for expansion in one's mind, those who explore, physically and the mental and the old spiritual, because you can explore when you just sitting by yourself meditating. You can go in your mind, shut your eyes, you be in a whole nother world. It's good to do that sometimes, but don't lose ourselves in that. But every now and then, just explore, our creative part of our brain. Let's tap into that part of our brain that we don't use a lot. And, especially the fun part. Let's pay attention to the fun part. Let's not focus so much on the deep part. I'm not saying none of us know how to balance, but, it's good to put a little perspective on different things and bring up different things. That's why it's good to have different reachers and teachers, because we hear different perspectives and just, thought-provoking things and things that we don't think about sometimes. That's why it's good to have a lot of righteous generals, brother or sister. It's beautiful. And when we're all, connected and like I say, part of the same tree, just different branches. Real talk. So, and one of the branches to me is having fun and listening to comment and laugh. I mean that belly aching laugh where you just where you just falling out, tears coming to your eyes. That when the last time have we laughed like that? And I laugh every now and then. I get a giggle like that. I laugh whether it's on the job or even some of the content creators out here can be very funny without even trying. That natural humor is beautiful. So I might name some names of maybe some platforms I listen to, or maybe even some comedians, because I love to laugh. I love comedy. It might not seem like it, but I love comedy. I always had a goofy side. It just the way these times are, this world is. It would make us study so hard we forget to laugh sometimes. So I'm just saying, my brothers and sisters, just a suggestion, advice. Like I say, don't forget to laugh. So I'm gonna name some comedians I like that are my favorite, and I might miss some. So it's a lot of them, but one that comes to mind, I would have to say Godfrey. Very freaking funny, freaking hilarious. One of the best impressionalists. Man, he can do the best impressions. I mean, will have you belly aching laughing. And I would have to say Eddie Griffin. And I like the comedians that bring it funny, but also bring that truth, that realism when you really feel it. I love comedians like that. And, I love Caucasian comedians too. You got some funny ones out there. I just love comedy. If you're funny and you're real, I like you. And I would have to say Bill Burr is one of my favorites. I love Bill Burr. He bring it real. He bring it raw. And I like some of Jim Carrey's old stand-up he did, like before he became famous, because he was really raw, brought some truth. And if you see some of the interviews with Jim Carrey now, he bring that truth. He bring it kind of raw when he talk. And, of course, George Carlin, one of the greats. He brought that truth and was very funny, raw. Bernie Mac, of course. I love Bernie Mac, raw. Bernie Mac comedy was so raw, kind of like Eddie Griffin. Their comedy was so raw and had so much raw energy. Some other entities around him couldn't handle. They couldn't handle. It was comedians that were around Bernie Mac couldn't handle his energy. They couldn't match it. Bernie Mac was one of a kind. As well as Eddie Griffin and many others. And like I say, that's just a few that comes to mind. I might name some more as I speak here, as I go along. But anybody I left out, I don't mean to leave them out, but that's just a few that came to mind. And I love comedy. I listen to comedy all the time. Like I said, I listen to all kind of. I still listen to Sinbad. He's another one of my favorites. And his comedy is a little different. He doesn't. His is a little more cleaner because I think Sinbad is a Christian. He is godly. Which is nothing wrong with that. That's all right. I like Sinbad. Pretty funny. I listen to that raw comedy, and I even listen to like clean comedy where it don't have a lot of profanity and stuff. I look at the spirit of the individual and the realism. No matter how they come or how they deliver. That's what I look at, and the jokes to boot. It's great. We just gotta learn how to let it out, laugh. We have to laugh too. It's good to be deep and speak on things and reach and teach, but as I said a few minutes ago, don't forget to laugh. And on the banner here, that's why I put family in there. That's me and my two sons. And my son off to the side, we can see part of his face. I couldn't hardly get it on there, but that's my son Ethan. He's my 8-year-old. His school is the one I volunteer at. And the one sitting across the way where you could see him, that's Dion. That's my spiritually adopted son. He's not biological, but that's what I call him. Because I don't say step. I don't do the step thing. That's my son, Been in his life since he was a baby, And that's my 8-year-old's brother. And we're sitting there playing checkers. And I do stuff with him. We don't do it a lot, but we do things together. And that was one of those moments where we were doing something. And I'll have the NBA Classic, 2K all the way classic video games. Those are the two that I be playing with. So if you go on my channel, and I mean playing the video game with, and I play video games with. It's sports games though, like NBA, the classic NBA back when Kobe Bryant was a star and Michael Jordan. You got all different characters on it, and it's just fun. And you hear us talking and laughing in the background. So I have more of those videos uploaded, and it's called NBA Classics. That's what I call them. And we just having fun, just like I say, we gotta learn to have fun, embrace family, fun, and comedy. Every now and then, instead of, we look for positive things and, biographies and these things with these celebrities, but don't forget to have fun. Don't get too drawn in into the drama and the parasitic things of this media, and we don't forget to laugh, because that's a part of the balance too. Man, embrace family, fun, and comedy, And sometimes I get goofy. I got a video on here I did. I think it's called Redneck Bob or something. And it's just an impression, It's if you take jokes personal, then you don't have a humor. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you don't have a sense of humor. And it was a video I made called Redneck Bob, and it wasn't against nothing. It's just being funny. It's a voice I like to do, and I was impersonating a redneck person, I've had coworkers that was white. They heard the joke, they didn't get offended, but I had an individual that made a comment on that video, got offended by it. That's with oneself, If you can't, I heard jokes about me, I don't take it personal unless it's something that's got venom in it, and that's different. If somebody doing something intentional to try to hurt me or something. But if it's just a joke, but depending on what kind of joke it is, now some jokes you can't let fly, but some jokes are just jokes, and you can't take things personal. You got to have a sense of humor. But the individual left a comment, I say, and I forget what I replied to it, and I said, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. It depends on how we feel inside, but it depends on what the joke is too, so, but overall, if it's just a joke, I'm talking about just regular clean jokes that don't, not really harm nobody, but hey, raw jokes are almost like truth. Sometimes that truth, that raw truth, come in joke form. Just depends on the individual, who the listener is. But overall, get past the tension and being rigid, and just, man, don't forget to laugh. And it's a voice I call him Redneck Bob, and it's just a funny voice I like to do. Like I said, I've had co-workers that were Caucasian, and I had them cracking up, And this one white dude I used to work with, he doesn't work in my workplace anymore, but we used to crack jokes all the time. And he would do Stallone, I would do Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we would just go back and forth, just having fun on the job, And my Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper, no, get to the chopper, and this stuff like that. And he would be, oh, Adrian, I can't talk, but he did get to the chopper. It's this shit like that. It's silly shit, what we would do on the job, It's all about having a sense of humor and being funny, Whether it's corny or not, you got to have a sense of humor, because that'll balance that deep thinking. We got to balance that stuff out, Now, we still pay attention to the right things of life, because we got to protect oneself, so we can be straight, so we can protect our families, those in our circle, keep those that are engaging and listening to us, keep them on point. It's great. Words and mind and influence can be a wonderful thing when it's used right and it's balanced, and it coming from a righteous brother or sister that's real to the pit of their soul and not playing games. Only games we play is what you see on my banner here, checkers. And we play chess sometimes too. I haven't played chess in a long time. And video games, that's a game, not hip hop, not life sometimes, Take that word out of the equation, because if you listen to me on this channel, I hate that word game, but I like fun, I'm not this uptight brother, Think at one time maybe I was, and I heard some advice from a great brother, and I still listen to his platform today, as well as many brothers and sisters out there. And some advice I heard that he says on his platform sometimes, and he said it also, don't be too rigid, and that was kind of a little lesson for me, So every now and then, like I say, we got to have a centering mechanism, and that's one of them. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to have fun, crack jokes out of nowhere. Just because, like I say, we got great comedians, raw comedians, like the names I named, and there's many more like that. Sisters too. I watch sisters that are comedians. I'm not leaving my sisters out. That's just some names that came to mind. Because you have sisters that's funny. You know, my significant other, she can be goofy, you know, and my children, they be doing little goofy stuff. My 8-year-old, he can be hilarious. My spiritually adopted son, Dion, y'all listen, go back. I put it in the end screen, the NBA Classics. Listen to us laughing and stuff. We do that all the time, you know, and you got to keep this. And I be goofy a lot, you know, that's that youthful part of us. Don't forget that fun, childlike part of us, you know, be fun, you know. So that was just a little something that was in my soul and something I think about from time to time while we're living in this parasitic world and all these things coming at us at all angles. But just don't forget that we are human beings. We are not bots. We are not zombies. You know, let's not get so wrapped up in being deep that we don't forget to embrace family, fun, and comedy, and just ha 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 ha, and just like, well, I mean, that sounds weird. I mean, ha 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 ha. You know, that's better. Sound, you know, and just laugh. You know, and play games, play, you know, games with our children. You know, board games. We still. My significant other and our children, sometimes we'll play. We haven't done it in a while. I need to do it more, but we break out the board games. You know, it don't always have to be electronic. You know, it can be board games. We play Monopoly and Candyland. And last weekend with my 8-year-old, we were playing Uno. When's the last time we played Uno? Real talk, Uno was fun, especially when you got a lot of people playing. You know, and I'll admit sometimes I be tired from working and stuff, but I muster up the energy and I play with them. You know, that's why we have to conserve our energy so we can have the energy to spend with our families, and don't be so tired that we forget to have fun and, you know, and just live life outside of this technology. So that was my advice. That was something that was in my spirit. You know, I just wanted to put that message out there to my reachers and teachers, my generals. Salute, brother or sister. Embrace and don't forget about family, fun, and comedy. Listen to your favorite comedian sometimes, whether it's a comedian or, like I say, it could be a content creator out here. Our content creators can be funny, because I've listened to many that caught me off guard. You be listening to something, they be deep, and then they'll say something and just crack you up. You be like, oh man, you have to pause the video so you can laugh, so you don't miss. I'm telling you, you got some content creators that can be very funny, and that's sisters too. You know, brothers and sisters can be very funny, just natural. You know. Divine gives us a lot of tools, but also gives us sense of humor, brothers and sisters. Give us that comedic side. Like I say, I'm a name Godfrey, but it's a lot of comedians like Godfrey, brother or sister. But I'm I mean, watch Godfrey. He's freaking, and Godfrey is always smiling. If you come across his podcast and stuff, and I'm just using him as an example. Remember, there are many that like him, brother or sister. I just kind of got to put emphasis on that. But I'm just using him as an example. He's always smiling. If you see him, he can be a deep brother. You know, he'll bring that truth, because I've heard him, you know, and a lot of us I'm sure have. But if you notice, just about every thumbnail on his podcast and, you know, people he have on there and stuff, they always smiling and laughing. I was like, man, I want to smile. I got to smile more. You know, that's what I kind of say to myself. You know, sometimes we got to step outside of ourselves and just take a good picture and freeze frame a moment and just look at ourselves, you know. So, you know, just some advice. Like I said, he's always laughing, joking, smiling, enjoying life. And that doesn't mean he's not aware. And there are many people like him. It don't mean that we're not aware when we're laughing and stuff. We just learn to enjoy moments too, you know, and not get caught up in being so deep. Because, of course, those who have a heightened self-awareness, we see everything that's going on, you know. But again, don't forget to laugh. You know, don't forget to have fun. You know, why the chicken cross the road, you know, to get to the other side, you know, so it won't get fried. You know what I'm saying? Just little stupid stuff, you know. So that was just something that was in my spirit, you know. Embrace family, fun, and comedy in your life. And again, don't forget to laugh. So thank those that's been listening and came in to another edition of EBX Discussion. And current subscribers, new subscribers, may that great divine bliss or bless you in your life. And don't forget to have fun, please. You know, crack a joke here and there. Be fun for no reason. You know, Google some jokes. You know, let's not forget that part of our balance too. And reaches and teaches, the same thing. Those that mean well and real to the pit of your soul. May that great divine bliss or bless you in your life. And again, you laugh too, you know. Don't forget that part of, because like I say, a lot of those I have listened to, as well as comedians, we have that gift too, that gift of humor, So I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. Embrace family, fun, and comedy. Salute.